first part sucks.
Oh, you gotta get on that little branch. I see.
And the branches break. Oh, God.
Oh, no. That's the worst.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, no.
I do think it's very fun and funny for us to be talking about Final Fantasy.
Over this.
Yeah. You know what this game reminds me of? Final Fantasy.
You brought it up, so...
I did.
And I had questions, okay?
No. I mean, I'm glad to be talking about it. It's just, that feels very you and I to be talking about Final Fantasy playing
Nicky,
the Home Alone golf ball.
The Home Alone golf ball.
Fuck my life.
Into pieces.
This is my last free. God. No, I refuse. Don't die. No.
You got this.
I'm impatient. I can really tell.
It's fun.
No.
Because obviously you haven't played a game like this before that I've watched, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because I can sense and feel and hear your only child flipping out.
What's that?
Just when you said you're getting impatient and frustrated, like you just kind of got frustrated and then hit it a bunch and then
My response to being frustrated is instead of like being patient and being like, oh, I need to like slow down, and I just do it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Like, I know that's maybe not specific to only children, but I feel like with video games, only children usually get a little more frustrated because there's no one there to be like, hey, you're doing okay. Try it this way. Try it again. It's okay.
Right. Well, I think he also, too, like, I like I said, I've beaten this a couple times, and so in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be real good at this, no problem. And so I get, like, embarrassed, kind of my shortcoming.
Oh, no.
Like, no, I promise. I do well.
I mean, honestly, you could have just lied to me and said you haven't played this game before, and I'd be like, wow, you're doing really good.
Thank you.
Like, you're doing way better than I would be doing. Ooh, God, it's dark.
So, damn it.
Not to touch anything that is metal and that makes noise.
Oh, you're trying not to wake up the dog.
Try not to touch anything that is metal and that makes noise. The puppy is a bit stressed.
Oh, the poor puppy's a bit stressed.
Gotta make it quiet past all the metal.
Why is there so much metal in this yard with this stressed out puppy?
I know. Whoa. Go back. So this is the game that I did it.
Yay!
I didn't know it doesn't have a save feature. So if you quit, you have to start all the way over.
Gotcha.
And I didn't know that. And so I was like...
I mean, that makes sense.
Right. But I was like, oh, well, I guess I need to get back to where I was and beat this, because if I don't, I'll never do it. And it turns out I was like about 4 seconds from beating the game when I paused it the first time.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, well
that blows.
Yeah. This is the worst part in the whole game.
Yeah, it looks pretty terrible, and like I hate it.
Yeah, it's super fun. So, I mean, obviously you've been playing some Animal Crossing. How's that been?
It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
I get... So, I'm on the internet a lot.
Right.
And I see a lot of screenshots of other people's islands, and it makes you feel like your island's not good enough. And you decide to start terraforming, and it's really hard.
Oh, no. I was having that problem, like, my first handful of time playing it. And I finally broke through it. And, like, I was really thankful I did, because I was starting to enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I was super having that at first, because, oh, man, like, it's tough. You see people doing stuff, and you're like, how... this game has been out for a day, and you have this already? Like,
right, because they're time traveling,
Mhm.
which, okay, if you buy a game, you deserve to do whatever you want with it. That's fine. If you want to be a cheater, then you do that. That's fine. But it's just, yeah, it creates this weird culture where some people are so much more advanced in the game, and while other people are like playing it how it's intended to be played, which is like an hour or so a day, and it's like making them feel insecure and like they're not good at the game, which is, it's not a skill-based game.
right. Well, it's so
So
strange.
it's just weird.
It's so strange to have that be a thing, because it absolutely is in a game that I think prides itself on, like, there's no consequences.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll just have a good time. Like, there's no interest or due date on your loan. Like, there's no time limit.
You can maybe get stung by wasps.
Yeah, you get stung by wasps. Like, yeah, there's like a rating system for your island, but I mean, you just get extra items for having a good rating system. Like, that's not the point. Like, you don't get punished if your rating goes down, you know.
Right.
So I know it's an interesting. I started working on it. I was getting a little frustrated because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for like this certain aesthetic, and I had downloaded some custom like path patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna use these, and like I replaced ones I had put previously before I got terraforming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was replacing them, and I was using the terraforming feature, and apparently even if you use the custom design on the terraforming feature, the designs can still be kicked away.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, I don't want like my whole town to be like easily kicked away, because that's going to happen all the time. It's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
So I had already like just redone all my paths, and then I accidentally kicked one away, and I was like, oh no. So then I had to like go and redo it again.
Right. No,
yeah.
I recently experienced that as well. I downloaded my first set of like paths from somebody. Fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, this part sucks. And I was just like, cool. And then I kicked them away, and I was like, oh no. And like, it didn't feel quite right. And
Yeah.
because some people make some really cool stuff.
Yeah, people are really good with the pixels and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really cute, and it's like, ooh, I want that. But also, I don't want to have to worry about pressing Y exactly right all the time.
Oh, yeah. No, but I also felt that, like, kind of FOMO sense of, like what is accomplished by one person and another at first. And I finally got through it when I just started, like, throwing spaghetti at the wall. And I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to, like, put everything I find out. And then I also just kind of shamelessly, like, try to copy some people. Because I never make it. I never finish, copying somebody. I always stop and go, oh, I'm going to make this like this, though. And it's my own thing in that way.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited because there's some things I'm working on my island that I think will be okay, so here's the other thing, is that everyone has access to the same items.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like people are buying expansion packs or spending money on, like, exclusive items. Like, everyone has access to it. They just might have access to it at different times.
Right.
So, like, as far as, like, themes and stuff, like, you're not unique for having a cafe in your island. You're not unique for having a diner or a coffee shop. I guess that's the same thing as a cafe. Or, like, making a maze garden or doing, like, statue. Like, everything you have, like, everyone else can possibly have. So, there is, like, a cap on the creativity.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, there are some stuff that I'm making in my island that I'm excited about that I haven't necessarily seen other people make. Doesn't mean they haven't made it.
Mm-hmm.
Just no one I've seen made it. So, like, I'm excited for that to work out. Or for that to be, like, completed. But, yeah. I've got, like, 2 things I'm kind of working on putting together on my island. And I just have to spend money on, like, bridges and inclines.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on bridges and inclines. Oh god, the birds are back. I was playing last night, and I was just kind of casually like, nah, going about my stuff. Oh God, where did it go? Where am I?
I think you're on a tree branch.
Oh, there I am.
No, okay.
And I've been doing like a day-to-day, like every day I try to put in an incline. Because
wow.
There's been so many that I want to put in, and a lot of them, like, I'm trying to make it to where you don't need a ladder to get anywhere on the island.
Oh, wow.
Which is, it's been a lot. And I had saved up enough to kind of, like, make that manageable. Mm-hmm. But then last night, it was, like, after 10, and I put in the incline, and I realized that I was 16,000 bells short.
Oh, no.
And the shop had closed. What the fuck is this part? Okay. I was like, why not? And I literally asked Donna, I was like, Donna, how many bells do you have in the bank? Because the shop is closed. And she's like, 10,000 maybe. And I was like, a big journey begins with the first step.
We're like a lot of steps in, bruh.
Never give up. And we did it.
Yay!
I remember that quote. A friend of a friend of a friend once told me, that which we persist in doing becomes easier to do. Not that the nature of the task has changed, but that our capacity has increased. Ooh. Great job, Nicky.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
I love it.
Okay, the music needs to stop. It's so loud. Hold on. Funny for that to be like the inspirational message on our Animal Crossing talk.
Right.
But they, oh my gosh, it's so loud. Stop. Anyway, so it's, like, I just had to, Flick was in town. That's what the story is. So I had to catch bugs and sell them to Flick, but it was nighttime, so there was fuck all for bugs. And
right.
I basically had to sell him wharf roaches for like an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
I know, it was a pain, but I did it. But
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. But I can relate to that in the sense of like, it is like overwhelming when you see other people do stuff. But I've just embraced it, and that's helped me a lot. Of just like, hell yeah, these people have done these awesome things. I'm going to try and do that exact awesome thing because I never, ever get to it. And then it's just like, it's awesome in its own right. Like, I made my own version of their thing. Who cares? Like,
right.
And I've enjoyed it in that sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I'm putting you on the episode. I'm so sorry. I didn't think about.
Oh no!
I'll block it out. I'm sorry.
They can't know I have a face.
I know. Well, it's just not fair. Here, I'll put mine too. That way we'll just have it. And
or you could have just like put something over my face in post.
We can do both. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that was Nicky.
No, I'm Nicky.
You're Nicky. That was Nicky, the Home Alone golf ball. Thanks for playing.
I love it.
Playing.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with other things next time.
Yeah, but we hope you enjoyed this short intermission.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.